If you're experiencing uncertainty, which aren't we all on some level, but if you're experiencing uncertainty in your life right now, something specific and you don't know when it's going to happen, or you don't know what's going to happen in some area of your life or a lot of areas of your life. And if that uncertainty feels really uncomfortable for you, you feel unsettled by it, you feel impatient about this delay between not knowing and knowing. And if instead you really would like to feel more ease and more of a sense of trust in yourself, trust in life, and just a sense that you can figure it out as you go, and that the uncertainty is allowed to exist without this discomfort. If that's what's going on for you, if that's what you're working with, I think you're going to get a lot out of this video. Today, we're going to be doing a very practical process where we tap, EFT tapping, on acupressure points to release that stress. I like to think of any tapping process as 3 parts. 1, you acknowledge. 2, you honor. And 3, once you've done all that honoring, loving on the parts, self-care, then you can get to stage 3 where you start to open up to other possibilities, reframe, get curious. It's really good. It's really juicy because taking that time to acknowledge what's going on, what's true, the pain, the discomfort, the limiting beliefs, whatever it is. And then 2, to honor how valid it is that you feel that way, how reasonable it is, how hard that must be. If you bring compassion, right, to those parts, more of your intelligence and resilience and resourcefulness gets to come back online. And then that stage 3 of this, of brainstorming, of possibilities, of feeling open to other things, that can feel really authentic and not forced and not like spiritual bypassing, which is what we want. So I'm going to timestamp below when we start the tapping. So if you don't want any more chit chat and you just want to dive into the process, you can click on that timestamp to jump in. And if you want to stick around for a little chit chat, just keep watching the video. Now, if you've never tapped before and this idea of EFT tapping is new for you, please check the description box below because I've linked my how to tap video. It's awesome. It gives you an experience of the practice while also teaching you how to do it. So check that out if you haven't already. Before we dive into this tapping process around impatience with uncertainty, that's really the topic of today, I want to take some time to guide you through kind of helping you be your own coach here. Now, anytime I'm doing tapping with myself or I'm doing tapping with a client, I really like to get curious about what that person's, whether it's me or the other person, what their unique experience is like of a feeling. So rather than assuming that I know what your experience of impatience is like, how that feels for you, what thoughts go on, what body sensations go on, what your breathing's like, rather than assuming that I know or just using that word, I instead choose to get really curious. And part of why this is so powerful is because when we get specific about a feeling state, especially, really positive and negative or comfortable and uncomfortable, if we get specific and start to study, almost like we're this explorer discovering a whole new world, if we study the details of our experience and how we know that we feel a certain way, how we know, that is so empowering because I think sometimes when we have these bigger labels of anxiety or depression or impatience or whatever it might be, anger, sadness, it can start to feel harder to work with because it's just this big idea. And it's like, well, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how to work with that. But if instead what we're working with is deeply anchored in the present moment, the sensation of tightness or clenching in my solar plexus, the shallowness in my breath, the thought looping of, I just hate uncertainty. I hate it. I hate it. It's the worst. I hate it. It's the worst. It's scary. If we get specific, then we can actually work with those different things. We can honor that shallowness in our breath and start to expand it. We can bring attention to that clenching in the solar plexus, right? We can notice that thought and start to unwind it and work with it of like, yeah, of course you hate uncertainty because you have negative associations with it. And what if there's also ways that you could have positive associations with uncertainty because you didn't know this was going to happen and look, this thing worked out really well, or right? It's like when it's specific, there's more leverage. There's more of an opportunity to have impact rather than it just feeling like, I don't know, that's big, that's scary, it's too much, I don't know what to do with it. So it's like a way to break it down into bite-sized pieces. And it's a way really of coming into deeper presence with yourself and with this moment. So that's the why behind what we're about to do here as we check in with what I call the 4-part system. And the 4-part system is made up of your mind, your thoughts. So this is the quality of your mind as well as the thoughts you're having. Your heart or your feelings, so the emotional state that you're experiencing. Your body is part 3, is the sensations going on in your body, the tightness, the heaviness, the lightness, the relaxation. And then your breath. I love to include the breath as its own specific part rather than grouping it with the body sensations, because our breath tells us so much. It's so amazing. So much can shift with the breath. And the breath is really cool because it's a 2-way communication pathway. What I mean by that is our breath, how we're breathing, tells us how we're feeling. And we can change how we're breathing, and that impacts how we're feeling, right? So it's a 2-way street. It lets us know what's going on. We can let it know, hey, here's the direction we'd like to go. And then it responds. So it's kind of like the breath is this beautiful access point to our nervous system, our subconscious, our conscious mind. It's really great. So if you didn't know already, now you know. So if I was working with myself on something, or if I was working with a client on something, I would take us through this process of checking in with all the parts, checking in with this 4-part system and getting specific. So what I'm going to do here in this video is I'm going to get specific about what impatience with uncertainty brings up for me in this moment right now, and just kind of give you some examples. And what I'd like you to do is to do that for yourself. Let it be specific. You can use my words. Great. If it resonates, great. But get curious about what is true for you. So first, what we're going to do is check in with this feeling state of uncertainty and imagine something that is uncertain in our lives. Think about that. One of the phrases that I'll use to bring this feeling up in myself is, I don't know what's going to happen, or I don't know when it's going to happen. I'm waiting. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm waiting to hear about when it's going to happen. I don't know, the waiting. That's one of the parts that my system does not like. No, ma'am. So I'm waiting to find out. I'm waiting to find out. And I can start to feel some shifts in my system, going from kind of neutral, where I was just chatting with you, to now I'm thinking about this feeling of uncertainty and waiting and feeling impatient because I'm waiting. So I check in with the 4 parts, my thoughts. What's the thought that comes up when I think about how I'm waiting to hear back and I feel impatient with not knowing and feeling uncertain? Immediately. It's so funny. I haven't tapped on this yet, so this is interesting. The thought is what I wrote down before when I did my theory video on all this, which was, I hate uncertainty. Hate, that's a strong word. I hate it. I just hate it. It's like, oh God, I just hate uncertainty. So that's the thought. It feels very sharp, very quick. The quality of my mind also feels kind of agitated. Right? I hate uncertainty. This is the worst. Why is this happening? Like, it's exasperated. It's frustrated. And so that's already starting to shift to more the feeling state. I feel frustrated. I feel impatient. I feel, this agitated. Then what's going on with my body? Okay, so I might have to tune in again. Let's see. I'm waiting to hear back. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel this kind of clamping down in my rib cage. And I feel this tension, almost like two fists kind of clenching right around my solar plexus, just this like really tense. I also feel my shoulders going up a bit, some tension in my traps. And then we check in with the breath. This really flows quite well. I notice that my breath is kind of high up in my chest. It's kind of shallow, like I'm not really breathing into my belly at all. It's like I'm just here up, just holding. So I might make notes of those things. I actually do have notes. Spoiler alert, I have notes. And I'm going to use these specific words. The language that I use to describe my feeling state is what I try to use as I tap. And so now we're going to go through that 3-part process I said at the top of this video, which is to acknowledge, and we do that by naming, by reflecting this information we've gathered of what goes on in Michaela's system when she feels impatient with uncertainty. Boom, we're going to acknowledge all that. And then we'll do all this yummy, honoring and bringing love to the parts. And then we'll start to open up to what else might be possible. So this is where we're going to dive into the tapping. I'm going to have us take a moment to just be still and quiet so that we can tune in. So to start, you can close your eyes and I want you to tune into whatever it is that's going on in your life right now that's bringing up this feeling of impatience with uncertainty. Maybe it's your career life, relationship life, family life, housing, identity, creative life, health, whatever it might be. Just think about that thing where you're waiting to hear back. You don't know what's going to happen and you're feeling uncertain and it's uncomfortable. And notice the discomfort, the thoughts, feelings, body sensations, breath. Notice what your breath is like. And with that, we'll start tapping. Start tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I feel impatient with uncertainty, I choose to honor how I feel. Even though this feels so uncomfortable, and I really don't like not knowing. I choose to honor myself and be here now. And even though I have some negative associations with uncertainty, I choose to open up to feeling peace. Very good. We're going to tap through the points now. Eyebrow. All this uncertainty. Side of the eye. I really hate not knowing. Under the eye. It makes me really uncomfortable. Under the nose. I feel helpless. Under the mouth. I feel a bit hopeless too. Collarbone. I don't like not knowing. Under the arm. I don't like not being in control. Top of the head. All this uncertainty. It's really the worst. Eyebrow point. Again, this heavy dread. Side of the eye. This irritation and agitation. Under the eye. I feel all this clenching in my solar plexus. Under the nose, I feel this tightness in my shoulders. Under the mouth, I feel this tightness in my throat even, in my chest. Collarbone. All these sensations that have to do with uncertainty. Under the arm, it's safe for me to feel it and to notice it. Top of the head. I choose to acknowledge how I feel. Back to the eyebrow. It's safe for me to breathe a little bit deeper now. Side of the eye. I acknowledge how this uncertainty is uncomfortable. Under the eye. I acknowledge the way it makes me breathe in a shallow way. Under the nose. And it's totally reasonable that I would feel that way. Under the mouth. Whatever my system is doing totally makes sense. Collarbone. I'm just doing the best I can with the information I have and the programming I have. Under the arm. I'm right where I need to be. Top of the head. It's safe for me to slow down and be kind to myself. Eyebrow point again. I choose to breathe a little bit deeper. Side of the eye. I choose to acknowledge all this discomfort. Under the eye. I'm open to this shifting for the better. Under the nose. What if I didn't have to carry all this stress? Under the mouth. What if I could feel more peace about uncertainty? Collarbone. What if I'm okay right now? Under the arm. What if I don't need to stress? Top of the head. It's safe for me to relax a little bit more. And you can stop tapping and take a breath in and close your eyes if that feels good. And let it out. Do that 2 more times. And on the exhale, you can let out a little sigh if you like. You can make a noise. One more time. In. Think about that uncertainty again and notice how it feels different now. I'm trying to remember the phrase I used. I think it was, I'm waiting to find out. That's so funny. I almost feel excited. That's crazy. I'm like, ooh, I'm waiting to find out. That's so different than how annoyed I felt earlier. I'm waiting to find out. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It feels neutral. It feels neutral for me now. And that's a really good sign. This is part of what we're looking for in the tapping process, is going from tension or resistance and discomfort to kind of neutral, right? Neutral to like, maybe feeling a little bit good about it. So from this place, we're going to do another round of tapping. And this is more where we're kind of opening up, exploring possibilities. This is where reframes are great. So here we go. Let's see what happens. I have a loose script, but I like to let it be kind of free form, because part of the fun and the magic of tapping is that I really feel that it allows us to access more of our consciousness and more of our resourcefulness. And so it's kind of, I like to let myself be surprised. So off we go. Very good. So tapping on the eyebrow point. Don't worry about the karate chop point. I'm feeling more neutral about uncertainty. Side of the eye. It feels easier to breathe as I think about how I don't know what's going to happen. Under the eye. Choosing to breathe and relax now. Under the nose. It feels good to be present. Under the mouth. What if this present moment is really where my power lives? Collarbone. What if I could relax even more into this moment? Under the arm. After all, top of the head. I can't, what am I thinking here? I can't figure it out until I have more info. Eyebrow. If I try to figure it out before it's time, side of the eye, that's kind of wasted energy. Under the eye. I'm kind of missing out on this moment and the beauty here and the nourishment here. Under the nose. So maybe it's best for me to just be here. Under the mouth. And give myself a break. Collarbone. What if uncertainty and this space of not knowing, under the arm, is actually a really fertile space? Top of the head. A space full of possibility. Eyebrow. When I'm rested, when I'm present, I can make the most of things. Side of the eye. When I'm present, I can enjoy life to the fullest. Under the eye. When I'm present, I'm more resourceful. I'm more resilient. Under the nose. Maybe I don't have to be in control to be safe. Under the mouth. That feels true. I don't have to be in control to be safe. Collarbone. After all, there's so many things I'm not actively controlling in this moment, and I'm very safe right here, right now. Under the arm. Breathing in to the idea of uncertainty as a space of possibility. Top of the head. Opening up to more peace now. You can stop tapping and close your eyes if it feels good. And just breathe here naturally. And notice any words, any thoughts, or any feelings that really resonated with you from that round, whether it was concepts that came up for you in your own awareness or anything that I shared. And from here, let's check in with our 4-part system. What's the quality of your mind? Is it quiet? Is it a little more peaceful? What are the thoughts like? And how do you feel? What emotions are present? What's your body feeling like? Mine feels really warm and kind of relaxed, but like a little, like tingly in a good way, like a humming. It's like a humming, yeah. And my breath feels really like deeper, relaxed. My voice even sounds a little deeper to me, which is a good sign that I'm more relaxed. So, I don't know how that was for you. Please let me know if you want to share. I'd love to hear. You can comment below. This process of getting present, really getting honest, acknowledging how you feel, and then going through a journey of acknowledging, honoring, bringing compassion, and then opening up to what else might be possible. And that third phase we go through, right, of opening up to possibilities, exploring reframes, that's really where your own philosophy gets to come in. And that's where there's like a lot of creative license, because certain ideas resonate for some people more than others. Some people are more stoic and pragmatic. Some people are more etheric and metaphysical. And all the flavors in between. So you really get to choose what is empowering for you. And to make it about that 4-part system again, by having greater self-awareness of how ideas impact you, how places impact you, how people impact you, how philosophies impact you, and by noticing the shift in your thoughts, the shift in your heart and feelings, the shift in your gut and your body, and the shift in your breath, that allows you to be very discerning about what is resonating and what is empowering you and giving you energy, and what is depleting you and pulling from your energy. So it's incredibly empowering to know yourself well. And all of my work, my aim is to help you with that, because then you get to be an incredible friend to yourself, an incredible advocate, and even coach to yourself. So I hope this was helpful. If you want to hear my deep dive, lots of thoughts on uncertainty and why it's hard for us, and kind of some of the insights and nuance that influenced this tapping round too, I'll link that below. And if you're eager to try out tapping more and to experience this more, I think I have one on overwhelm. I've got like a variety of tapping videos here on the channel. So I'll link that playlist on tapping. And even I've got a whole series on kind of deeper advice when it comes to tapping, because there are certain things. I've been tapping since I was like a teenager, and there are certain kind of myths or misunderstandings I had of what tapping the right way looks like that really made it painful and stressful for me and kept me from getting all the benefits of this tool, which is such a gentle, kind tool to use. I'm Michaela. I don't know if I said that. This is Coaching with Michaela. Thank you for being here. At the point of recording this, I think there are 95 subscribers to this channel, and I'm really excited to get to 100. So if you could share this if you're already a subscriber, share it with somebody. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I would love to have that connection with you, and I will share more soon. But be good to yourself. I hope that whatever uncertainty you're facing right now, you can breathe into it. You can come more fully into the present and enjoy what's here now, because uncertainty will always be here, and we might as well make friends with it. That's what I'm trying. So let me know how it goes. We'll see you soon.